How disappointing was that?
I don't know how you spell that. I just spell that. Yeah, brutally disappointing. We'd had enough opportunities to win it twice over. So yeah, you'll hear coaches talk about getting beaten by deservedly beaten. You know, you've been over the line 2-3 times. You've got to convert, and we didn't, and that's really disappointing, especially the nature of a Christmas New Year derby against your closest rival. So yeah, it stings a lot for sure.
Are you happy at least with how they responding after sort of inactivity?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it wasn't from a lack of endeavour. It was, we often talk about the little things being the big things. You know, we didn't look after the ball well enough. We didn't finish what we should. We had enough opportunities to do that, and it became, a very stop-start game, high error count on both sides. You could see the teams were a bit rusty, but the positive was there was a lot of endeavour from both teams, and I'm sure for the neutral it was one of those, because of the nature of the outcome and how it comes, it's quite dramatic. But from the quality point of view, I didn't think it was a brilliant game from the quality point of view. But often derby's on.
A few players stood out for us. He's Jack Morgan back here.
I thought they were good. Webby, led from the front as captain and whatever. Got a bang early on and stuck it out. I thought Will Griff was very good tonight. He gone second row. I mean, the team changed 4 times in 4 hours on Thursday. So when I spoke to you it's not been easy for anybody, but to still perform well, moving from 6th to second row with like 3 hours notice, and then play 6 and then go back into the second row. I thought, he definitely deserves some credit for that.
With that in mind, how difficult has the last couple of weeks been?
Yeah, I mean, again, I suppose it's fair to say I'm a more experienced coach, and if I'm finding it quite taxing with my experience, then I'd imagine a lot of people are. So, look, we just need to be. It's a real resilience piece. As I said to you in the press conference earlier in the week, that we need to be really clear, really deliberate on what we place our attention on, and not get distracted by the interference, because there's a lot of interference and disruption and distraction out there. And the good thing was the nature of us getting past that is probably the biggest positive.
What do you make of Josh Thomas's performance? He seemed to get the back end going quite well, I thought.
Yeah, no, he tacked well and good, and Josh has had a good record. He enjoys playing here. He's played here a couple of times and performed really well. So, yeah, that was a real positive for us, and for a young man who's learning his trade and getting better and better. He's significantly improved for us over the last 6 months, which is great, and that only bodes well for the future.
Obviously, you would have been disappointed not to have been in the last couple of Welsh squads, but Owen Watkin is another one that seemed to make a lot of inroads. Just a word on him, how he's bounced back from that. Again,
I think that everyone knows that we see Owen in the 12 shirt, and that's his favourite position, and why he's with Mikey Collins. But he can play 13 when Kieran Williams and et al. Play for us. So his flexibility is good. He plays on the wing. But ultimately, players that you want need to make an impact in the game. And as you say, I think he's been more and more influential, especially in the 12 shirt. So that bodes well for him.
Thanks.
Toby, just in terms of Josh's development, every time I see him play, it feels like another box has just been ticked. He hasn't made many missteps in the last few months.
No, again, and the way we train and the way we coach and whatever helps with that. So we play a lot of decision-making based stuff around, and 15 on 15. So he's learning, even though there's an absence of competitive fixtures, or we played a few, obviously played one here. So learning from that. So he's almost, and because he's doing opposition prep and whatever, he's learning to be the quarterback, if you like. And Josh's issue is not necessarily, or his progression is founded around being the focal point of the team, and being the quarterback really, and that's more personality than ability driven. So for him, the more he's put into those, and it becomes normal, and he acts as the quarterback, but he's the quarterback, and you saw that today in a lot of elements of the game, because he's got an exciting skill set, and that bodes well for us for the long term.
Yeah, that being said, can I just check on the absence of Myler and Anscombe?
Yeah, well, basically, I'm not really going to get into injuries and COVID for obvious reasons, but we bought 26 players here. They're the only 26 available players we've got.
Okay.
So you can read into that where they sit in either the injured bracket or the COVID bracket.